My name is Brian Pilchard, and I'm an amateur historian. Because of our highly successful video on Blackbeard, we'll be bringing you another historic tale. Now we've got double the budget, and now we've got double the history. The studios didn't want to touch this show, but that doesn't matter, because if you want something done historically accurately, you do it yourself. My nephew told me to say this. Please subscribe to the channel. I can now reveal to you that today's historic tale is about the battles of Horatio Nelson. Actually, you probably already knew that from the title. Nelson had the career of a hero.
Now just remember, this painting has a 30-year warranty.
I'll keep that in mind. It showed on his body. I think you're going to have to do a repaint. Just kidding. I never wore an eye patch.
Nice one, Nelson.
However, this unique image endeared him to a nation.
Good one, Nelson. One arm.
The arm has actually gone. Horatio Nelson joined the Navy when he was young.
So you're 12 years old. Great age to join the Navy, and you've been born in the right era. We'll enter the American Revolutionary War. Next will be the tensions with the French revolutionaries. And of course, whatever Napoleon Bonaparte is doing when he's in command.
Yes, and by the time I'm in my early 20s, I could even make the rank of post-captain. Promotion comes very quickly during wartime.
You could do very well here, young lad. Or you could get your head knocked off by a cannonball.
But we're not here to talk about his entire life. We're here to talk about his famous battles. On an Arctic expedition, Nelson had his first memorable battle.
What the?
That fur's gonna look good on my father's wall. Not only are we reporting on history, we are also making it, as this is the first ever reenactment of the polar bear incident.
Should be fine. That gun's barrel doesn't have any rifling. Told you.
Massive opening strike by Nelson.
Yeah, I was with Corey earlier, and there's been a real focus in the camp leading up to this match.
Oh, huge takedown by Bear here.
I think this is really where we're going to see Nelson's ground defense shine.
I'm not sure about that, Greg. It looks like it's already over. He's going for the choke. No, the arm bar. Can he get it?
Oh, that's time to go.
In his early years, Nelson participated in some minor skirmishes and also fought malaria. It was established by the British that the island of Corsica would serve as a strategic base near the French coast. Nelson, on his ship, the Agamemnon, was sent to help, and on the way he came across 5 French ships.
They've got 5 ships to our 1. Are you mad?
No, it'll be fine. Just go in. Yeah, it's not looking too good. Let's go. In 1794, there were talks of taking the town of Bastia. The British campaign was led by Lord Hood. The French have entrenched themselves in too strong a position. We might fail. What are your thoughts, Nelson? Let's just go in. The town was blockaded to stop anything getting out. Nelson had set up batteries overlooking the towns. Lord Hood sent the leader of the French, Lacombe-Saint-Michel, the ultimatum. Are you sure you still want to do the battle?
Yes. We've got fire shot.
Yes, but we do have rather a lot of cannons ourselves, and boats, and the military.
we'll do the battle.
The siege went for a month. Constant bombardments, constant attacks. Lives were lost on both sides. As it was running out of supplies, the French position was not looking good.
Excuse me, where are you going?
Oh, hi.
I didn't see you there. Where are you going?
Oh, I'm going to get reinforcements for this siege.
Well, it looks like you're running away.
No, no. I left Antonio Gentili in charge.
Well, why didn't you just send him?
No comment. Bye!
What costume? I thought you wanted me to wear this. How do you think my cannons are going? I think you're firing just a little too high. After taking the town, the British pushed on to the next city, Calvi. They used the same tactics, but this time came across far more competent artillery fire. Nelson also lost the sight in his right eye. Try not to use all of the tomato sauce. There were 2 forts which held strong positions. After heavy bombardment and fierce hand-to-hand combat, the British took the town. Unfortunately for the British, a lot of their forces were sick with malaria and dysentery, so the British gave the French generous surrender terms. Okie dokie. Dear wife, I've just been in the most irritating set of battles in my entire career. The French fleet was sailing towards Corsica. Due to an accident on the French side, I was able to engage the 80-gun Caira. Don't know how to pronounce that. Unfortunately, 2 more French ships arrived. So much paperwork, boring, forcing me to leave. On the 14th of March was the Battle of Genoa. I wormed my way in and attacked the Caira again, which was under tow by another ship, the Censure. Don't know how to pronounce that either. This quill and ink is annoying. I wonder when we'll invent a better system. They surrendered. The battle was a victory, but I do believe we could have done better. I blame Lord Hotham.
I just couldn't really be asked.
The Battle of Cape St. Vincent was a huge turning point in Nelson's career. It presented him with a gamble. The gamble was to achieve fortune and fame, or to have his entire career ruined and taken away from him. The British were led by Sir John Jervis. The British were intercepting the Spanish fleet. They formed one column. The British were too late. The front of the line was taking too long to turn.
Are you sure you want to break the line?
Yes.
You'll be court-martialed.
That's okay, just go in.
You'll be facing Spain's best ships all at once.
How about a little less thinking?
Aye, aye, sir.
Fire!
Fire! Almost ashamed to finish off the job.
Soon we'll be done for.
Same again. Fire!
The ship's been shot shot to pieces! We can barely steer!
Then ram us into that ship there, the San Nicolás.
Aye, aye, sir!
We're going to board her. Whilst on the San Nicolás, they noticed San Jose and run into them. Before boarding the second ship, Nelson uttered a war cry. Westminster Abbey! Or glorious victory!
What do you mean by that?
It means we'll either win or die and be buried at Westminster Abbey. Well, I will. Probably not you lot, if you even get a burial. Look, doesn't matter. Let's go! Nelson had successfully boarded 2 ships at once. This was the first time this had ever happened.
Hey Peter, you could say it's Nelson's patent bridge for boarding first rate.
Well, that's a good one, John! Hey everyone! You could say it's Nelson's patent bridge for boarding first rate!
Ha! Great joke, Peter. Gosh, you're funny, Peter. Will you marry me, Peter? You remember the time Peter told that joke? Gosh, he's funny. Shit, he's funny.
For the first time, Nelson was known by the public. Sorry to interrupt. Just a quick announcement to say if you're enjoying this video and you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe to the channel. Also, if you're a company and you're looking to sponsor a channel and would like to sponsor ours, understand that we can put your product into the history. Also, if you'd like to give us some money, please consider supporting us through Patreon. And that would be really appreciated, because when I was making one of the model ships, my hot glue gun exploded. Oh! And I would like to buy another one. Thank you. So, why did you join the Navy?
For the prize money you get when you capture a ship.
Try again.
I said for the prize money you get when you capture a ship.
Just say for England.
For England. And the prize money. Are you happy for the amount of money you're getting for your prize ships? A lot of agents settle for lower prices and take a larger cut, more than they deserve. Let's hear from some of our clients.
I really like money, and John Scott gave me money. So I like John Scott.
I love John Scott!
My first prize agent offered me money for my captured ship, but when I took it to John Scott, he offered me more money for my captured ship.
The kids love John Scott. He's the highlight of their week.
I also manage the prizes of Horatio Nelson.
Don't call or email John Scott, as the technology doesn't exist yet. Although Cape St. Vincent was a success, they didn't deliver a lasting material blow. In Cadiz, there were remaining Spanish ships and word of a Spanish treasure fleet, led by Nelson. The overconfident British decided to attack. I've got a great idea. We'll sneak up. You didn't do too well there, Nelson. I reckon we give it one more try.
You're not doing very well, Nelson. Come on, Nelson, you're gonna have to do better than that.
Nelson, what are you doing?
That's done it.
Actually, I've got another idea. Let's sneak up somewhere else. The British moved on to Tenerife, where the Spanish received a large number of merchant ships.
Oh my God! The British are coming! The British!
they weren't expecting that. Prepare to attack. Their surprise attack was looking good until...
Sir, the wind has stopped. We're not moving.
No, the wind will pick up. It'll be great.
Look, maybe we'd better give it a miss.
The British attacked anyway. Needless to say, it was a disaster for the British. Ah, marvellous. Nelson lost his right arm to the musket ball. With a heavy heart, Nelson wrote a letter to the Admiralty saying they'll have no use for a one-armed admiral.
Sir, do you need a hand? Oops.
No, it'll be fine. Who's that from?
No idea. Looks like some child's written it. Ugh.
These disastrous attacks, led by Nelson, were largely forgotten and forgiven. This would be good cutaway footage for when he retires. Or, maybe when he has a bit of time off of the Navy from malaria. One of those points. Yeah, look, before I forget, probably better do the food section. So, alright, here we go. I'll show you what they had in the Navy. They used to eat bread when it lasted, but it didn't last for very long, so they had it in this hardtack biscuit form. When it's watertight, it lasts for quite a while. That one is 3 years old. They also had rice, oatmeal, they had meats, salt beef, salt pork, they had eggs for people who were ill, and when the chickens stopped laying eggs, they'd eat the chicken, butter and cheese, peas. I don't think they actually looked like that. I think they were a different type. Fruit and veg. Also, they were issued a bit of vinegar, and they also got given drinks, water, but it doesn't last long, so beer, kept a bit longer. When the beer ran out, they moved on to wine, rum, brandy, and if they needed to stock up, they basically just used anything they found in port. So, yeah, there you go. Read this book. It's great. The Battle of the Nile was connected to Napoleon's French campaign in Egypt. Napoleon had the French fleet. After a long search, Nelson found the French fleet anchored at Aboukir Bay. Nelson gathered all of his captains. It's very unusual for me to be discussing these plans with you lot.
It really is for this time period.
That's what makes you special, Nelson.
Because it was dark, the French did not expect Nelson to attack and thought he would wait until morning.
Ugh, looks like it's getting dark, Nelson. Better give up.
Just go in. If you have a look at the French ships here, they're not actually meant to have sails because they're anchored. If you have a look at a lot of the reference photos, the sails are not blazing like the model ships I've made. The reason I kept the sails on is because there was a lot of work to put them on. I just didn't want to take them off. The original plan was to line up on one side of the French. On approach, Captain Thomas Foley saw a gap between the French and the coast. Instead of sailing from one side, the British were attacking the French from both. During the battle, Nelson received a head wound. Ah! Thank you, Doctor.
Make sure you rest.
Absolutely.
Don't you go sneaking up on deck to the battle!
I wouldn't even think about it.
I bet you he's gone straight back up on deck. He's a very hands-on fellow.
We won, Peter!
During the battle, the French flagship L'Orient caught fire. The British kept firing on her, and the inevitable happened. The fire reached the ship's powder magazine. The explosion was huge. For a few moments, it turned night into day. I did want to reenact the 10 minutes of silence to extend our watch hours, but the rest of the crew said it would be too boring, so we won't be doing that. Although eventually losing, the French fought hard with incredible bravery. An example would be the French ship, the Tonnant, which was shot to pieces. Its commander had his arm and both of his legs blown off. Although heavily injured, he continued to give orders from a wheat bucket. It is said that his last orders were to nail the flag to the ship and never surrender. They were captured later though. The battle started on the 1st of August and the final surrender happened on the 3rd. One French ship that wasn't captured on the 3rd was the Timoleon.
Surrender your ships!
We'd rather burn our own ship than be taken by you.
Oh, come on. We're not that bad. Never been so insulted in my life.
The Battle of the Nile restricted Napoleon's conquest to land. The British were led by Nelson and Sir Hyde Parker. The Danish had lined up their ships. Behind their lines were more cannons from the coast. Look, I'm going to be honest with you, I haven't had that much experience with these naval battles. Unlike the Battle of the Nile, there was no gap for the British to sail through. They had to approach and fight from the front. The rest of the ships used each other as cover to line up in front of the Danish. Me, oh my, they got a lot of cannons! During the engagement, Sir Hyde Parker lost sight due to heavy smoke. Oh dear! He could only see some of the British ships which had run aground. That's not looking too good at all! He signalled Nelson to call off the attack. Fact or fiction, one of Nelson's funniest jokes was born. You know, I am actually blind in one eye. I've got the right to be blind sometimes. I really don't see the signal.
Doesn't see the signal.
Alright, I see what you're doing. Wasn't that funny? Get back to work. In between the two admirals, one ship had to decide which signal was correct, and that ship was captained by Channel favourite William Bligh.
Everybody likes him, everybody hates him, nobody likes him, William Bligh.
Both sides exchanged fire in a battle of attrition. We aren't half taking and pummelling up the old backside from these British. The Danish fought hard and surrendered far later than the British had expected. Suppose we better just pack it up and go home. Give them our terms of surrender. Don't look at the camera. In command of the British fleet was Horatio Nelson. His second in command was Cuthbert Collingwood.
I actually had a pretty good naval career as well. I achieved a lot of the things that Nelson did too. Some say I was on par or even better than Nelson because I could achieve the role of statesman. My problem might have been that I wasn't outspoken enough and didn't self-promote, barge in the media, like some other people I know.
Actually, enough of that. We need the jacket for more Nelson scenes, so yeah, I'll just take that. We've only got one of these. Oh, and I'll probably need the hat too. Thanks for that. We haven't got much money. At the Battle of Trafalgar, Nelson was up against the combined French and Spanish fleet. They were led by Pierre-Charles Villeneuve.
Oh, no. Why did Napoleon have to put me up against Nelson? Oh, couldn't he have given me someone easier?
The combined French and Spanish fleet moved in a giant column. Their aim, control the English Channel and then enable Napoleon to invade England. The British approached in two. Before reaching the French and Spanish line, Nelson flagged a signal to the other British ships, and that signal was, England expects that every man will do his duty.
Oh, what's he signalling here? Oh, no shit, Nelson! When are we going to get on with it?
Collingwood was the first one to break the line. Due to the slower winds, Nelson took longer to arrive.
That ship looks like it'd fetch a pretty penny.
What are you doing here?
Thought I'd pick some ships, earn you some big Rolo.
That's a great idea. I'll be able to retire. Nelson's ship finally broke the line. The Victory got entangled with the French ship. Get ready to board her. Oh no! The ships were in a sandwich where the British were the bread and the French were the ham, cheese and tomato. They say it was a sharpshooter who made the shot, or just a stray bullet. Nelson! Hardy, I do believe they've done it at last. My backbone is shot through. Nelson requested that he be covered to reduce concerns amongst the crew and to be carried to the surgeon immediately.
Nelson! Front of the line!
You can do nothing for me. I have but a short time to live. My back is shot through. Nelson wanted to see his friend, Captain Hardy. I'm playing Thomas Hardy as well because no one showed up to film today. I'm here, Nelson. Nelson spoke the words. Kiss me, Hardy. Cheese me, Hardy. Now that is how good it could be if you chose to get a product sponsored on this channel. Back to the history. Kiss me, Hardy. Who was that? Oh, it was Hardy. God bless you, Hardy. Thank God I have done my duty. God and country. Nelson died 3 hours after he was shot. Nelson's body was preserved in a barrel of brandy. See, a lot of people think it's rum, but it's actually brandy they use to preserve the body. Collingwood managed the aftermath. Villeneuve! Villeneuve was captured.
Oh, no! Why did I have to get captured? I suppose I didn't like Napoleon anyway.
And after staying in England, was sent back to France, where he commits suicide by stabbing himself in the heart and lungs.
Oh, no! Why have to get suicided by Napoleon. Ugh, couldn't he have made it look a little less obvious? I'm just not impressed with that. I'm not impressed at all.
Alright, we'll stop it there. The video's about the battles and it's going into other stuff. Now, during the making of this epic, one of our crew passed away and we've put together a little tribute. Unfortunately, the footage of him was limited and he was a huge Peter Garrett fan. But you gotta do what you can with what you've got. To Stephen. Actually, turn that off. It's gonna ruin the whole video. Can you turn it off? No? Alright. Well, thanks for watching. And if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe to the channel. Also, if you'd like to give us some money for our next video, that would be much appreciated through Patreon. And our next video, which was picked by you, the viewers, is going to be on Napoleon. Thank you for watching.